megjelent, önöndösségén önösnek csak ez most So this is it's quite a long list of letters. I'm not going to read all these. I'm just going to kind of skim through them, but you get the idea of what he was doing at this time. So most of you know, Sukadeva he was living in Los Angeles for 5 or 6 years at the temple. He used to come up to our place in the summer, especially for Janmashtami. Come up for a couple of weeks, and then we have a nice Janmashtami program. I think everybody here has probably been there. At least one of those. I actually sent out some of these pictures of some of these things that we had, especially the outside pictures. Sukadeva was telling me stories of Prabhupada and Dharmarupa was there that was rolling Alaska. Tell these stories. So anyway, I want to read just a couple of these. This will kind of set the tone of what kind of a person Sukadeva is. This was dated September 13, 2010. My name is Sukadeva Das.
Just bring it towards you. Yeah, it's all hooked up.
My name is Sukadeva Das, and I've been trying to become a humble servant of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami for the past 41 years. So that was 8 years ago. Prabhupada always wanted a full-time temple open 7 days a week in New Mexico. There have been temples in Santa Fe and Albuquerque, but there is no permanent full-time temple at present. By Srila Prabhupada's mercy, I'm now preaching full-time in Albuquerque, even though I'm living in my car in a motel room. Harinam Sankirtan is performed regularly, and books are being distributed. Also, I'm giving classes in New Mexico. I have found a storefront at Nob Hill, which is adjacent to the university. The landlord is agreeable to give me a year's lease, provided that I can give him the required moving costs. I've been in Albuquerque for 4 months and have no regular income to acquire or support the temple. I'm humbly requesting and asking anyone to give assistance for the $3,000 startup cost or any donations towards this amount to establish a full-time temple. There has been good response from students and the general mass of people. I have had to sleep in my car and in church parking lots to establish this temple. But I am not in the least discouraged. Many devotees have sent much encouragement for this difficult assignment, and I am enlivened without end. So I'm happy to know that I actually sent Sukadeva some money, and I'm sure Melinda sent him money. We've all sent him lots of money over the course of time because he needed help. This one's December 5, 2010. By Krishna's mercy, preaching is still going on forward here in Albuquerque. I was the first speaker at the India Students Association at the University of New Mexico in the Diwali celebration. I'm now preaching to a New Mexico businessman who has been doing business here in Albuquerque for the past 12 years. His business is near the University of New Mexico, and I'm trying to cultivate this nice person as he is very favorable to Krishna consciousness. The president of the India Students Association wants me to present a Bhakti Yoga class dealing with stress. Actually, I just remembered there's a morning walk I went with Prabhupada in San Francisco, 1975, and we're going through the university, and there was this huge tower that was on the campus, and students used to jump off of this, gun themselves, so they had to put up some kind of fence around it. So stress is not foreign to students or anybody in Kali Yuga. So this is what they wanted to talk about: stress, dealing with stress. He is organizing a class of 50 students in his dorm. Unfortunately, my 1990 Chrysler New Yorker's transmission is finished. This 20-year-old vehicle took me daily to Harinam Sankirtan. I used this vehicle also to try and develop Indian life memories to support the Albuquerque Temple. The program is Friday at 7 p.m. Any donation to help fix this vehicle will be beneficial. The total cost to fix the car is $600. Any contribution would be nice. As a wholesaler, I sell real estate. Now that I'm preaching full-time, I have to beg for donations, which is embarrassing for me. But I'm asking so that I can preach full-time until the congregation is developed. Please excuse me for any offenses or inconveniences. And this is a nice one. He was quoting from Krishna book to explain the situation of the disciples. Dear Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. Now he's quoting from the Krishna book. Sandipani Modi, Krishna's Guru Maharaj, told Krishna and Sudama Brahma that, my dear boys, it is very wonderful that you have suffered so much trouble for me. Everyone likes to take care of his body as the first consideration, but you are so good and faithful to your Guru that without caring for bodily comforts, you have taken so much trouble for me. This is Krishna Balaram's Guru in Sudama. He's telling me. I am also glad to see that bona fide students like you will undergo any kind of troubles for the satisfaction of the spiritual master. This is the way for a bona fide disciple to become free from his debt to the spiritual master. It is the duty of the disciple to dedicate his life to the service of the spiritual master. By Krishna's grace, there is ample opportunity to try and relinquish my debt to Srila Prabhupada here in Albuquerque, and to undergo any trouble for Srila Prabhupada. I have been in the center since October 1, 2010, and by Krishna's grace, the doors are still open and preaching is moving forward. So it's interesting to note that he was living in the LA temple for 5 or 6 years. I don't know what it was. He had a nice room. He had his 300 Shalagram Shilas, a roof over his head, prasadam every day, Rukmini Dorothy, all kinds of devotee association. And he left this to go put himself in this situation. Similar to the Prabhupada did. He goes on here. I have some college engagements on May. On May 7th, a local comic book company will host a comic giveaway, and we will be allowed to sell prasadam. On April 27th, we will start a 6-week training program at the local cable channel so that we can start to produce a philosophy show. And I actually did that in Seattle. Me and Jacob Rudas. It was an immense amount of fun. Actually, one time I was at this client's house. This is when I was doing handyman construction work, and this guy was one of the property managers of this big company in Seattle. And I was at his house for like a month rehabbing his kitchen, and his kid, one day the guy comes up and says, "Hey, my son saw you on TV yesterday." And he says, "Were you on TV?" I said, "Yeah, it's possible." I never actually told him I was a devotee. I never preached this guy anything. I just didn't want to get into it with him. But his kid, his high school kid, and we saw these cable TV shows that I was putting out. So it's not that nobody sees these things and they have no effect. We have no idea what's going to happen when you do this.